This video is going to be for all the drivers out there out here hustling and taking care of their families and providing. I hope you guys get something from this video. DoorDash is always a hot topic. Some people love it, some people hate it. A lot of people think it's the worst company, it's a scam, it's fraud, it's going to end in the next couple of years. Some people have that opinion. Some people think it's app slavery. Some people think that if anybody doing this type of work is stupid. I have an opinion on that. I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. I want us to remember things, and I want to remind you guys of something. DoorDash is not a perfect app. Neither is Uber, Instacart, any other gig economy apps. None of them are perfect. I've said that before. I think most of them are more similar than they are different. That's my opinion. A lot of us come to YouTube, Facebook, Reddit, or whatever social media platform, or maybe even not on social media. You're talking to your family and you're complaining about your situation with DoorDash and experience that you had with the customer, a merchant, the money, the pay, the low base pay, the mileage, the car problems you might have while you do it. These things are all valid because they happen, because it's the real world and not everything's perfect and things are going to happen that you don't like and you complain about it at times. Nothing wrong with that. Some would say these kind of companies are taking advantage of brown and black people. Studies have shown people get deactivated more at a higher rate if you are a minority. Well, most of the people that do these apps are minorities, so that's probably why that's true. But are we being taken advantage of? The gig apps are an opportunity. It's a side hustle. Most people that do this do it for a short amount of time and not a lot per week. A lot of people, millions, came to this after and during the pandemic because they were furloughed, laid off. That's how I came to it. Well, how I came to it full time. I came to it because it was a side hustle with the W-2, which is fantastic. It's a great way to have extra money. Times are tough for a lot of people. Some Americans choose to not figure things out, get some kind of assistance, and that might work for them. Or stay in the same position that they're in and never level up and pass that on to the next generation, which could be bad. Well, we don't do that. You don't do that. We figure out ways to make money, take care of our families. We realize life is about moments. And a lot of you moms and dads are out there side hustling right now to help pay for Christmas, to help give something to a family member. And your son or daughter might open up that gift and you were able to afford something that they wanted when times are tough because you use DoorDash or Uber or Instacart to make a little bit extra money on your time. To me, there's extreme value and pride in that. Extreme value and pride. And maybe you only did it for a month leading up to the holiday season, or a month during the summertime so that you could make sure your kids had clothes and school supplies for the fall time. Coming into the gig economy, whichever way you came into it, doesn't have to be a bad thing. Because somebody else had a bad experience doesn't mean you're going to have a bad experience with it. I can name countless people I've met on YouTube, people I've met on the streets, people I've met in different cities that have had some negative experiences, and maybe they're still in the gig economy, but they're still in it because they're able to provide for their families. They're able to do this and also maybe do a full-time job or take care of a sick relative or whatever the reason is, because the freedom and flexibility is there. If I didn't want to work tomorrow and something came up, I don't got to ask anybody for anything. I just don't turn the app on. That is freedom and flexibility, people. A lot of people have come to this country, right? We are America. People come here from all over the world for opportunities. The gig apps are opportunities. Any line of work that you enter into is going to have issues, problems. You're going to be frustrated, right? That's life. We have to learn, and what I try to do on this channel is we have to get up, dust ourselves off, look around and say, I don't want to fall again. So what can I do to make sure that doesn't happen anymore or not as often? This channel, you can get motivation, relatability, little tips and tricks sprinkled in here and there so I can help you navigate the gig economy, DoorDash, Instacart, Uber, and make you feel like you're not alone in your car. So you can continue to take care of your families and make sure that when Christmas comes or school supply time comes or whatever, you have what you need to take care of the people around you. That's what the gig economy affords us. It's not a scam. It's not fraudulent. It's not going anywhere. And you are not an app slave. I tend to believe you are who you think you are. If you think something is bad, if you think everything's against you, if you had a bad experience with the gig economy and you choose to still look at it that way, that is what's going to surround your life. I've been on YouTube for almost 3 years now. It'll be 3 years, I believe, in March of 2024. So not long, but long enough. And what I've learned is I will always adapt, re-strategize, and never play the victim. I will always think about my family that I have now, my family that I haven't even met yet, my kids' kids, my kids' kids' kids. And how can I instill in them a sense of pride and integrity and work ethic and no victim mentality here so that they can continue to strive? The world isn't a perfect place. DoorDash isn't perfect. Instacart isn't perfect. Uber isn't perfect. But you can make it work for you. And most people have, even if you don't like it. My girlfriend does it from time to time. She doesn't love it, but it allows her to do certain things that she wants to do for her and for us on her schedule. She worked yesterday, made $90. I think she worked 3 hours. She was happy with that. Not every day will be great, but that's what it is. I have multiple friends. They've used the gig economy when they needed to. They don't really do it as much anymore, but it came to them at a time when they needed it, and they used it and they stepped away. That to me is a gig economy. People realizing they have a need, a want, a whatever, a bad predicament. They got fired, they got laid off. Something happened and they came to it quickly, made some money, and exited. Most people come to the gig economy for that on any particular app. And to me, there's an extreme amount of value in that. Now, for people that are going to do this forever and don't have any plans and they're just working food delivery, rideshare forever, it could be a grind. It could eat away at you. That's for sure. But most people don't do it in that way. And what I would say to those people is, hey, continue to do what you got to do to make the ends meet. A lot of us do that in a W-2 setting. You might work a job for 30 years and you hate it. And it makes you feel a type of way, right? The gig economy really is no different than anything that you don't like to do. But you know what's interesting is, in 2023, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And I try to remind you of that on this channel. You have way more control than you think you have. Don't listen to the guys and the girls sitting in their basements complaining about their life. You take a hold of yours and do what you can for yours. Those individuals are lost. You can't help them. But you can use the gig economy to help yourself. I believe that. I've shown you that consistently for 3 years on this channel. So have many other content creators and subscribers and viewers that you've seen coming in and out of the chats. Hey, I used it. I don't do it anymore, but I still watch. I'm back to a W-2. I'm back to this. I'm back to that. These are true Americans, true hustlers, using opportunities around them to take care of their families. And that is extremely valuable. These apps aren't scams. They're not frauds. I have no partnership with any gig economy app. I show you my experiences. I take you along for the ride. I entertain. I inspire. I motivate. That is it. This channel will continue to be a place where you can get the real information. If you want to watch other individuals for the negative, if you want to watch other individuals with the tinfoil hat conspiracies, like I said in the live show yesterday, the crazy man on the corner isn't always wrong. Holding up a sign that the world's coming to an end and this and that and blaming everybody else besides himself. That old man on the corner is not always wrong. But the question is, do you want to be him? Or do you want to be the individual that is enjoying what you do? Living a life of purpose, taking care of your family and not making excuses and not playing the victim. Do you want to be the guy in the corner that looks like crap? Or do you want to be the best man and woman that you can become? A little heavy, I know, but I feel like that's about as real as we can get here today. I'll see you tomorrow.